I'm excited to tell you guys I reached another major financial goal. I'm going to get straight into it. I finally made it to $25,000 invested and in my bank. All right, so let's break it down. So in my Fidelity account, I have $11,191.08. In my bank account, I have $8,642. In my crypto, I have $2,500. And then in my 401k that I started with my work, I have $632.58. And then in my wallet, I have $100. And then I got a paycheck here for $2,544.41. What does that add up to, guys? That's $25,610.07. We did it, boys and girls. We made it. We are a quarter of the way to our goal of $100,000. Now, you may be asking, well, what's your next step? What are you going to do differently? And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do the same exact thing. It's working. Why would I change it if it's working? And what changed this time, what's helping me a lot, really, is the 401k contributions with my work. Let me be straight up with you guys. They don't match. There is no matching at all. We don't get free money. This is literally just me giving my pre-tax money to them to invest. Okay, so I'm giving like $100-something every 2 weeks. It's just been there and invested, and it's been growing. And I didn't even notice a check in my net pay every 2 weeks. I thought I would take a hit from whatever percentage I said I was okay them taking out, but really it's been the same. I suspect it's because it's all that pre-tax money. I'm not really quite sure what the math is, but my paychecks haven't been any different. So I strongly recommend any of you guys, all of you guys, just open up a 401k account. I gotta take this off, guys. It's pretty hot in here. All right, I also need to tell you guys too, I'm not including my car in this net worth, but maybe one day I will. Maybe I'll continue counting once I reach to $100,000. But honestly, I drive a collectible car. It's a car that's appreciating in value just because it's becoming more vintage and a lot harder to find. So I'm fortunate to be driving something like that, and it's reliable and highly sought after. And then I also have another account that I have invested, but I don't want to count that just yet. This is for me to just hyper focus to reaching $100,000 via me just saving my money through my work and then investing it on the stock market and the crypto market, gold, everything. What helped this time around is I've been more disciplined and I've been more serious about this, literally forcing myself, okay, creating these habits to put away money, okay? I don't have these automations to just withdraw money out of my bank account and have it saved, okay? I'm literally having to put $100 into the market every day. I do that out of my own willpower, my own discipline until it becomes habitual. Okay, it's Monday morning, guys. Put in $100, invest into this. It's Tuesday. Okay, invest into this Wednesday. Next thing you know, it's just, I don't even think about it. I just do it. It's like how people every day, they get home from work. They're like, all right, what do I want to eat? Let's get McDonald's. Let's get Carl's Jr. Let's get that. It's automatic for them. For this, I figured out a way to make it automatic for me to just automatically put money into the market where I can't touch it unless I want to get penalized, and then just let it grow. So that's important, guys. You guys need to just make it difficult for you guys to touch the money, okay? Anytime it's in a checking account, it's just easy for you guys, okay? To just use the money and buy stupid things that you don't need, okay? Buy food, go to Disneyland more than you need to, and just buy random junk that doesn't fulfill you or make you happy, okay? Another thing too is you can't be hanging out with people that just recklessly spend. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I like to hang out on Fridays. Not every Friday, but maybe every other Friday with some coworkers or with some friends. We go out and drink beer, right? You gotta live, you gotta enjoy, you gotta socialize. But people that just do it multiple times a week, it's draining on your money, guys. Third tip for you guys is you just need to make extra money. Okay, I'm fortunate where I can work overtime. A lot of Americans can't really do that. Let's say you work a corporate job at a corporate place and they're very strict on their budget. They're like, all right, guys, here's your 40 hours for the week. And you try to work 1 hour overtime. No, you can't do that. That used to be my last job where they were very strict on that. So it's like, come on, what if I needed the money to pay for an extra bill that I did not see coming? Do I just not pay it? Do I just go into debt? Like your paychecks are predictable. And if they're predictable, you already know how much they're worth, and you know how much your bill is, and you know your bill is much larger than how much you're making monthly, well, then you're screwed. Okay, you don't have a way out of that hole. You feel trapped. Which leads me to number 4, guys, is you gotta make extra money elsewhere outside of a W-2. You gotta do it either through a side hustle or even a business, guys. Anything helps at this point in this economy, when gas prices are increasing, when everything is inflating. You have to figure out. All right, I'm still trying to figure that out too. What else I can do on the side? I've been hyper focusing mainly on investing. Of course, I love it. It's great for multiplying your capital, right? But it's like an engine. It needs fuel. Okay, the fuel is money. Okay, unless you're giving it an adequate amount of fuel, it's not really going to take off, at least initially. So my suggestion to you guys, if you can, talk to your employers. And I learned this from a coworker. What you can talk to them. Hey, just my next paycheck, just directly deposit the whole thing to your 401k account and have it invested. Okay, it's going to multiply from there. It's better to if you're fortunate enough to do that, if you can go with one paycheck going straight to a 401k account, and instead of I don't know, maybe you have to pay rent or whatever. But my point is, you just want a lump sum initially. Okay, it's going to take a very long time for you guys to get to $10,000 and eventually 25. But you need to get there as fast as possible, and you need to be taking advantage of compounding, and that's what I've been thinking. Even in my personal bank account, I still have a lump sum of money in there, and I've been watching the market, and I wasn't sure, like, okay, is right now a good time to LSI, which is lump sum invest, which is pretty much put the majority of your capital, okay, into the market right at the base before the bull market takes off, or should I just dollar cost average? I wasn't sure at the time, so at the time, I was just doing a more aggressive dollar cost averaging. But if you guys can have, let's say, 6 months of expenses in emergency, do it, okay? Anything over that, you just have to invest. That's the name of the game, guys. Just freaking invest, all right? So now that I hit my 25, my next goal is going to be 50. I mean, man, it would be so crazy if I can reach that by the end of the year. Imagine. I mean, it'd be even crazy if I can reach 100. All right. Let's just say the market really does take off, and boom, there you go. But I think I would need to have a second piece of income if I want to reach that goal. But for now, guys, I'm just going to stay the course. I'm just going to save a bunch of my money and then just keep reinvesting it. The formula works, guys. It's really mainly just discipline. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I know so many people throughout my life who make decent money and they pay $0 in rent. Yes, there are people in their latter 20s and in their 30s paying $0 in rent. They're still living with their family, whatever. I'm telling you, they're broke. It's amazing. These adults who are working full-time and full-time jobs don't have actual expenses. They are broke, and you know what? They're also in debt. That's the crazy part too. It's like they went reverse. You'd think because you don't have to pay rent, you'd be saving money, but these people, they're going reverse. You got to stay away from these people, but also understand, responsibility is a good thing. When you have a financial goal, it's really just responsibility, but no one's going to apply that. You have to press that on yourself. You don't have a mentor over your shoulder. Oh yeah, massaging you and telling you, yeah, put $100 away today. Yeah, put $200 away in 2 days. Yeah, save that money. No, you have to do it all by yourself. I'm telling you this right now because if you don't do it any sooner, the latter part of your life is going to suck. It's unfortunate. I already know what these people's lives are going to be like. I know someone who's in their latter 20s paying zero rent. They're in debt. Like, dude, you're going to keep sleeping on the couch? What are you doing? I even know someone else. She's in debt, doing all this traveling and stuff, and then paying zero rent. And then what? You get paid decent, but then you have $0 and you're going in debt? Where's all the money going? This is stupid. Nothing irks me more than when people make money, they're in a position to save money and invest and change their lives, but then they don't do it. It's very interesting because when I lived with my ex-girlfriend, We lived in a very expensive city. I chose that because it was safe for us. Okay, so rent was high. I wasn't making the money I was making right now. Okay, but it was very interesting to see that I was still saving more money. I still had more money than a lot of my friends, even these people I'm talking about. And I'm like, dude, I have way more bills than you guys. These are big boy bills. You guys are dealing with the child stuff and you're failing at it. So you got to understand, a lot of people, they're just not mentally, financially mature. Maybe they never will be. Doesn't matter, guys. You have a goal to reach to $100,000. And I'm telling you, your life will change completely once you reach $100,000. I mean, even when you reach $10,000, okay, and it starts compounding from there, not even compounding. Once you reach a 10,000, that basically tells you, okay, I have the mental discipline to save 10K. Not a lot of people can do that. It's extremely rare. And then you reach 25,000, you're like, wow, I'm actually good at multiplying my capital and saving my money. Then you get to 50K and you're thinking like, wow, I am a master at this. Let me try to teach other people. Then you reach 100K and you're like, wow, I'm invincible. From then on, your life just snowballs, compounds better. So guys, you seriously have to stay motivated and focused. That's literally me in my brain. I'm not saying it's me 24/7. Obviously, I like to go out on some Fridays, hang out with some friends, but I have long-term horizons, okay? I'm a long-term investor. You guys got to be thinking years down the line. Let's say you're, I don't know, 29. You got to mentally think like, okay, well, I want to get a house by the time I'm like 32, 33. You got 3, 4 years. So you got to be thinking about that almost every day. Like, I got to put away money, put away. You need to have a plan. You don't want to end up being 35 and like, I want to get a house, but then you have $0 in your bank account. That would really suck, okay? Because it's going to take another 5 years for you to get your act together. The first year, to build up that discipline, it's not easy. You have to change up your whole lifestyle and then wait another 4 years. How do you know how the market's going to be? You don't. You missed out on all this time. Your best weapon is time itself. Okay, it's not your high paying job. I know plenty of people who get high paying jobs. I know people who become directors, okay, and then they get a BMW, that nice SUV one, and it's like, dude, you just destroyed your raise essentially, and you adopted all the stress. To me, that's not efficient. To me, efficiency is not working a lot of hours, and then you're set financially every month to month, bill to bill. To me, that's rich, that's wealth. But you see all these people, as soon as they get a big pay raise, they go straight to the Benz, straight to BMW. And I think that's what helps me a lot. Guys, I'm not on social media. I don't know if you want to count YouTube as social media. I don't have this need to one up other people, to show people, oh yeah, I'm traveling in Europe. Oh, look at my car. I do have a nice car, but I don't show other people. Okay? No. Because then, I don't care what other people think about me. People who care too much what other people think, they end up broke. It is what it is. They end up spending money on random, just to get likes and impressions and validation from random people or people they don't even like, which is the worst. It's like, dude, I don't even like these people. Why do I care? I don't care. So I'm just going to keep doing me. I'm going to keep moving forward and keep saving my money because I'm preparing for a better future. Eventually, this is like my little nest egg, okay? Eventually, I'm going to be married, have kids, and have a wife before that. And, they're going to thank me like, you know what? You did a good job saving, good job being disciplined, and, giving a good, decent life for us. I'm like, you're welcome. Because I'm disciplined. I want you guys to be disciplined. You guys got to start thinking about that. Okay? All these people going on trips, okay, buying all these cars to show off. These people only think about themselves. Okay? They're not thinking about their future wife. They're not thinking about their future kid that's not born yet. They're living for the moment. I'm saving money. You got to think about it. Every dollar I spend every day, every dollar that I save every day is essentially a diaper for my future kid. That's the way you got to think about it, guys. Anyway, I hope that was enough motivation. Thank you for listening to this update. I'm going to keep giving you guys updates on my net worth increases as time goes on. Eventually, we're going to reach 30, 35, 40, eventually 50, and then the big 100 one day, guys. If you guys enjoyed this content and you guys want to make to 100K, please subscribe. I want to be able to show you guys how to do it, and I want all of us to be part of a community. That's the only way to do it. We have to literally motivate each other to make more money, to save more money, and to share ideas how else we can get to $100,000 so that we can change this channel and make it road to $1 million. I'm just kidding. Who knows? Who knows? All right, guys. Please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.